Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to reports from Spain, Rafael Varane is set to snub Manchester United to join PSG. Rafael Varane was our first choice centre-half. Rafael Varane is leaving Real Madrid. He's refused a contract at Real Madrid. Romano mentioned that not so long ago. Mundo Deportivo said the other day that Real Madrid have lowered their asking price for Rafael Varane. They're willing to accept around £43 million. And not so long ago, it said that Manchester United offered Rafael Varane a salary that Real Madrid cannot match. It was €12 million a year, which equates to just over 10 million in pound sterling. Before the Euros, Rafael Varane spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships, and Man United have held talks with Varane's representatives. Towards the end of last season, Fabrizio Romano did mention that Varane was the main name on our list, and we was waiting to see what happened with his situation at Real Madrid. At one point, Real Madrid were demanding £60 million. They did reject a £40 million bid. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He's got a great pedigree as a player. He's won like 18 major honours. He's been a long servant at Real Madrid. He's been with them now over 10 years. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. Now, according to ESPN, Manchester United are closing in on a deal for Jadon Sancho. This is stemming from Rob Dawson, and Rob Dawson is reliable. Borussia Dortmund believe Jadon Sancho to Manchester United could be wrapped up by the end of the week. Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United contacted Jadon Sancho's camp over the weekend, and we do remain in negotiations with Borussia Dortmund regarding a fee for Jadon Sancho. Romano also said that Man United and Borussia Dortmund are confident that a deal will go through for Jadon Sancho. But Romano said not so long ago that Man United reached an agreement with Jadon Sancho's camp. The personal terms have been agreed with Sancho. A 5-year contract has been agreed worth around £250,000 a week. So all we need to do now is come to an agreement on a fee. Man United had an opening offer of £67 million rejected for Sancho. Jadon Sancho already has a gentleman's agreement with Borussia Dortmund to join Manchester United. Dortmund have set a deadline. They said that Sancho will remain at Borussia Dortmund if we've not matched their valuation for Jadon Sancho by the end of July. Sancho expects to complete a move to Manchester United. Dortmund are demanding around 77.5 million plus add-ons for Jadon Sancho. But yeah, Jadon Sancho will leave Dortmund providing that Dortmund receive the right fee. Sky in Germany said, was it the other day, that Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is imminent. Sancho to Manchester United this time around is going to happen because obviously Dortmund have lowered their asking price from what they was demanding last summer. Last summer, Dortmund were demanding £108 million. We was reluctant to meet that valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. But last summer, Sancho to Man United was extremely close. The personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract in that had been agreed. And Dortmund set a deadline last year. They said we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But there's always been something in Sancho to Man United because it's been stemming from reliable journalists. You know, Fabrizio Romano's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Christian Falk from Bild, and Rob Dawson just recently spoke about it. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so it has been a long-running transfer saga. You know, Sancho's endured 4 years at Dortmund. He's under contract with them until 2023. Dortmund paid just £7 million to him from Man City, so they got him for next to nothing. So Dortmund are going to make a huge profit on the player. It says if we fail to sign Sancho in this summer transfer window, we'll look to make a move for Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich as an alternative. Dortmund have identified the replacement for Sancho. It's Daniel Malin from PSV. Now, I want to talk with you about Paul Pogba. So, Kim Pembe says PSG would be happy to welcome Paul Pogba at PSG. Pogba's been linked with PSG before. Paul Pogba may not sign a new contract at Manchester United. Pogba's current contract expires next year. Because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. Now, Solskjaer came out not so long ago and said that he hopes Paul Pogba stays and signs a new contract. Paul Pogba recently insisted that he wasn't in contract negotiations with Man United. Sky Sports News did say that Man United opened talks with Paul Pogba's representatives over a new contract. We fear losing Paul Pogba on a free transfer. We fear that he's running down his contract to leave on a 3. Now, towards the end of last season, it said that Man United offered Pogba a new £400,000 a week contract, but Pogba was demanding in the excess of £500,000 a week. Now, it says we could lose Paul Pogba in this summer transfer window if Cristiano Ronaldo leaves Juventus. Obviously, Juventus are interested in bringing Paul Pogba back from Man United, but in order to do so, they'll have to offload Ronaldo to afford Pogba. There's obviously been a lot of rumours of a Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal. You know, could Ronaldo make a sensational return to Man United? Pogba has endured 5 seasons at Manchester United since he rejoined. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. He has improved, you know, Pogba. We've been getting the best out of him in recent months. You know, he does bring creativity to the team, and in quite a few games last season we played him in more of an advanced role. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. At one point he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and Pogba sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. Mino Raiola has been desperate to get his client out of the football club. He did a lot of talking last season, Mino Raiola. Obviously he did come out and say that he doesn't give a fuck if he doesn't take another player to Man United as long as his clients are happy. He also criticised Sir Alex Ferguson for forcing Pogba out of the club when he was younger. He also said as well that he had no intentions of destabilising his client's season, and he made an admission saying that he was working quietly on Paul Pogba's transfer to avoid offence because Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United and he's being criticised a lot. And he did say as well that Pogba wants to win trophies at Man United or another top European club, and he did mention last season his future is in doubt. Back in December last year, he made an announcement regarding Paul Pogba, and Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. Because don't forget, it was just before the game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. So there you go. So that's the news on him. Obviously, you know the news regarding Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Manchester United had an opening offer of £10 million rejected for Kieran Trippier. Atletico Madrid have set their asking price, the one around £30 million. Kieran Trippier's release clause is around £35 million. Man United recently reignited negotiations. Diego Simeone has no intentions of letting Kieran Trippier leave Atletico in this summer transfer window. The other week, Kieran Trippier told his England teammates that he wants to join Man United, and the player has been house hunting, so reflecting on that, that's fueled speculation up. We was in for Trippier in the January transfer window, don't forget, but we called our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. The reason we want Trippier is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Man United at the moment, so we need someone to come in to provide competition for him. Kieran Trippier's current contract expires next year. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million to him from Tottenham in 2019. Ruben Neves, yeah, obviously know the news on him. Manchester United have been interested in Ruben Neves for quite some time. 90 Min said yesterday Man United are still interested in him, and he'll cost between 35 million to 40 million pounds, which is cheap for Ruben Neves. Arsenal have been in for him for a while as well. You know, Ruben Neves is well proven in the Premier League, good midfielder. He's endured 4 years at Wolves. He's got 2 years left on his current contract. For Wolves, he's made 176 appearances in all competitions and scored around 20 goals. Wolves paid 15.8 million for him from Porto. But yeah, Joe Glazer has promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer, he'll get the financial backing he needs. Because not so long ago, Joe Glazer had a fans forum, his first attendance in like 15, 16 years. This summer transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Manchester United manager, and Solskjaer is aware how big this summer transfer window is for himself and Man United in general, because it's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. Solskjaer's already decided on his transfer targets, like I mentioned to you yesterday. He said he wants to make around 4 signings in order for Man United to challenge for the title next season. And I'm convinced we can challenge for the title next season, providing that we recruit well in this summer transfer window. The other week, Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players, and the board will back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. Our transfer budget will increase because I'm expecting us to offload players in this summer transfer window. Now, there's a good chance that we're going to offload Anthony Martial. Solskjaer has put Martial up for sale. Solskjaer is fed up with Martial's poor attitude. Now, Duncan Castles recently said that Martial's been offered to Real Madrid. Long season loan with an option to buy has been proposed. Martial's agent is looking to move his client away from the club. A lot of United fans want Martial to go. Martial's been at Manchester United for 6 years. He's got a contract with the club until 2024. There's also an option to extend for a further year. Martial scored 78 goals in 258 games in all competitions, and we got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. I reckon Martial's had around 2 good seasons. Good in his debut season under Van Gaal, and he was good the season before last. At one point, Solskjaer gave him that number 9 shirt. Obviously, he was out with an knee injury for a while last season. Juan Mata, I want us to offload him in this summer transfer window, but Juan Mata could now stay for next season, because reports have said today that Man United have offered Juan Mata a 1-year contract. With wage reduction from his last contract. Juan Mata's current contract expires at the end of this month. My element of concern about Juan Mata, he doesn't really get in our team now. And plus, he's lost that yard of pace and he's ageing up. Juan Mata's been at Manchester United for 7 years, so he's been a long-serving player, and he's had a good career at Man United. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. The first part of last season, he rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. I think we need to offload Donny van de Beek. I'm expecting us to offload Donny van de Beek. I gave you the news on Donny van de Beek yesterday. It said that Arsenal made contact with Manchester United over Donny van de Beek. Arsenal are in search for the central midfielder because they recently lost Martin Odegaard, and they also lost Dani Ceballos because they returned to Real Madrid, and Granit Xhaka has agreed to join Roma. Man United and Arsenal have done business with each other before. Donny van de Beek has only endured one full season at Man United. He doesn't get enough opportunities though. Van de Beek's made like 36 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Most of his appearances have come from the bench. I recall him starting 4 games in the league last season. Not so long ago it said that Van de Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. But he said towards the end of last season that we will reject any offers for Van de Beek. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. Van de Beek got ruled out of the Euros through injury. Now, we got Van de Beek last year in a deal worth £40 million from Ajax. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Nemanja Matic, I think there's a good chance he's going to leave in this summer transfer window. I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a slow player. He's ageing up. And he's one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still gets his chances. We give him a new 3-year deal, was it, before the start of last season. Matic has been at the club over 4 years now. Got him for £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. We also need to get rid of Jesse Lingard permanently. You know, Lingard's got, a year left on his contract. You know, if we get rid of Lingard permanently, I think we'll get around £25 million for him. But Lingard's actually told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay at Man United. The reason we loaned him out in January is because he got frozen out of our squad. Delors, I'm expecting us to get rid of him permanently. I'm expecting us to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. I'm expecting us to loan Brandon Williams out in this summer transfer window so he can gain more experience and he can get a lot more opportunities. Williams seldom plays for Man United. He is our 3rd choice left back. Phil Jones, I'm also expecting us to offload him. Well, I hope we do anyway. Because Phil Jones has always been inconsistent. He doesn't get in our 11 and he was out with injury for a while. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Alex Ferguson era. Being a long-serving at Man United, he's endured 10 years at the club. And we could be offloading Dean Henderson because he has been rumours of him leaving. I actually want us to offload David De Gea, but we may not offload David De Gea now because De Gea recently said he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number 1 for next season. So, there you go. As you all know, Woodward, he's resigning. Well, sorry, he's already resigned because it got announced earlier on this year. But he's standing down at the end of the year. I presume all the United fans were happy with the news regarding Woodward because he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a while. Woodward has had a 16-year association with Manchester United. So who will be our new chairman to replace him? Solskjaer, like I've said in regards to him before, I think he is our best manager since Ferguson. I hope he succeeds as Manchester United manager, but I don't think he's gonna succeed. I can assure he isn't a long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. But I think Solskjaer does deserve next season. You know, next season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. You know, next season is going to be his third full season at the club. I'd say next season Solskjaer's got to win a trophy at Manchester United if he is to remain Man United manager. Because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Obviously, there is some Man United fans that are Ole in. Obviously, there's a lot of United fans that are Ole out. Especially after that Europa League final loss against Villarreal. But if we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? You know, I think we need someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who's going to suit the strappings of the club. Like I said, I do have my concerns about Ole. My two biggest concerns, like I've gone through with you before, is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and his decision-making concerns because in a lot of his games at Man United he has been tactically naive. But like I said, you know, there's a lot of positives regarding Ole. Can't be in denial. Ole did well in a lot of aspects in his second full season, which was last season. You know, he got us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but you still got to credit him for getting us to the final. It was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season, went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That's a record. Got us a second place finish last season. Wasn't an achievement, but you can see that progress was made from Solskjaer's first full season. Last season he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final and he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Ole did well in his first full season, you know, got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. We are into the Champions League for next season, which is good from a Man United perspective, because obviously we can attract players to the elite level. Solskjaer has made good signings so far as Man United manager. So far he's spent almost £300 million. Must have brought around 13, 14 players in. Obviously, Tom Heaton and Jadon Sancho are incoming in, you know, this summer transfer window. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he came in as well, which is good. He must have got rid of a good 14, 15 players now. We recently released 8 players and 6 of them were academy players. I can't remember all the names of them. But we recently released Romero and we released Joel Pereira. So basically Tom Heaton is the replacement for Sergio Romero. And I like the way Ole's promoted the youth, and we've enjoyed very good periods under Ole where we have seen consistency. So yeah, they are the positives. And you know what? I think Solskjaer's done a pretty good job. I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. You got to say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. You know, Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. We appointed him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. Given the job permanently in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. So there you go. So guys, that's everything to update with today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.